All right, Blake Garland, aka Streetlight. You ready for your interview here? Let's see. First question. So, there's been a lot of hate in the world lately. What do you think that's caused by? You know, hate in the national media, global world, local. You can kind of feel it. What's your opinion on that? Historically, November is the top month for testosterone, and a lot of hate is just people just walking into things unconscious. Not even awake, just gossiping or just agitating somebody, or I remember old senior chief told me that gossip within a tribe is the cancer of that tribe, so you got to eliminate that. I got people gossiping about me all the time. You go to your gurus and you think before you act. There's always 10 ways to approach a situation, so you just do it in the wisest way, and you're going to make your way out of that. You can't hate on the person that was blessed, because time or situations won't bless you. As they say, if you're hating on the person God blessed, God's not going to bless you. And then that person behind closed doors, if they're in a position of power, they're going to shut off avenues that you could have took. So hating's not going to get you anywhere. I can see that. I always thought it was the full moon. It's a full moon right now. Maybe that's a little bit to do with it, because it seems to be every full moon that I see, people go a little crazy. All right, so let's see. Question number 2. What do you think about art, and what album are you working on, and art, and moving forward with music, and being your non-typical person in life, and being supported by your community and things like that? Having to adjust your life to focus on what's important to you. What do you think about that? That's been a long road. I'm working on my 100+ song. I don't get a lot of interaction from my fans. I guess it's my fault. You got to blame yourself, because I don't really talk a lot online, but anybody who knows me in real life loves me and what I do, and they've always been supportive online. So maybe I could change that. Seeing these deaths of personal friends and famous rappers and people I look up to, it's got me realizing, you gotta do what you were meant to do and not let anybody hold you back. I just hit up one of my gurus because I've been catching a lot of hate lately. And I asked them, what do you do? They said, if you're gonna let somebody in New Orleans hold you back, it won't be the first or the last. And man, that shit hit me instantly, because I'm running from a bunch of bullshit in my hometown, not being able to, a tiny little hometown, not being able to do what I want to do here. So I got to go somewhere bigger. New Orleans, Houston, Los Angeles, conquer one city at a time. But I'm already running the little roadblocks of people, whatever. So yeah, you just got to adapt and keep moving forward, and not let anything stop you, no matter what your goal in life is or your vision. That's right. Good answer. I always thought, you got to accept the skin you're in, and love yourself and love who you are, and just not worry about what other people think, and move forward. All right, so what about balancing life and drugs and alcohol, things like that? Life is it's goal-based. And if you don't have goals and see a positive outlook from the jump every day, you're not going to have nothing to live for. And you're going to be sucked into that hole of bullshit, and you're not going to want to even climb out of that hole periodically to clear things out to achieve the goals that you've previously set forth to live a happy and productive life and pursue happiness. And you got to know who's out to get you. Everything's in excess now, whether it's sugar, alcohol, social media, which is synthetic relations, byproducts, things like that, street drugs. You got to know what your weaknesses are so you can stay away from it, where they're located, whatever, use your own intelligence and your own knowledge of self to achieve the goals that you have previously set forth, because life is good and worth achieving goals for the most part. So that's kind of like what keeps me balanced on not diving off the deep end. And don't shelter your kids and tell them all drugs are bad, because they're going to dive off the deep end and get hooked on meth. We got this big ass epidemic in the country right now, and I'm not going to get in a political side quest on why I think that is. That's for another interview. And it's pretty cool, my political views. They're pretty dope. But that's all I'll say on that. That's pretty legit. You know, maybe I should kick some of my habits. I don't really have any. But, all right. So, personal side question. Why'd you pick me to interview you? Out of all people, you picked me. Because, I don't know, man. I like being alone sometimes. I've had a lot of people try to get into my life, and I've kind of closed the door to a lot of good people over the years for next to nothing reasons. But I just feel like to max out my creativity a lot of times, I just got to be alone and walk that path alone. I'm an independent person, so I'll figure out a way to travel it alone. Yeah, I'm surrounded by people, but you don't always have to have somebody thinking for you, you know, or you have to have time to think. So that's that same cycle of balance, putting you time with social time, whatever. So you cool people. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Next question. So who are some of your influences and what are you working on currently? What kind of projects you got going on? Rap influences, motivators, you know, those kind of things. I'd say my number one is Pac. Coming up as a kid, he heavily influenced me, you know. As an adult, I look back and I see how much he influenced me. I look at artists today and how much power they have and influence the youth, and seeing outbreaks of violence and knowing that, like, social media, you watch when they start slipping in algorithms that have fights and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to know the difference. Know that difference. Know when you're hooked on a feeling of adrenaline, a feeling of serotonin. Boosie, because he says what the fuck he feels like. You're getting paid. Wayne, because he's the GOAT lyrically. Non-rap influences. A lot of local businessmen early on. My stepdad, my mom, my brother is a big one. My brother's the biggest one. He's a solid rock. You know, he's one of the most stable people there is. My son, you know, influences are important as anything. And what kind of project you said I got going on? Like I said, I'm on my 100th and whatever song. I don't really drop albums. Maybe I should. I'll work on that in the future. But if I were to drop an album right now, I guess you'd say it's the Black Album, because I went to a Suicide Boys concert and I was pretty inspired by them. So I'm dropping a you know, similar style album right now. I'm spent a lot of time in New Orleans lately because I'm not really getting support in my hometown, but that's to be expected. But I'm also catching a lot of hate from a few people for no good reason. That comes with the word hate. So while I'm out there in New Orleans, I'm trying to take advantage of it and working on this song called I Am Nola. And I think it's a classic, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a New Orleans hit. So I just really, really, really want to nail it with this I Am Nola video and and a few others. And that's where it gets tough, because you can't do every video with a fucking stand. You got to have somebody to help you. And I really don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. So I just keep moving and moving and moving and producing. So I'm working on bettering myself financially and mentally. I'm currently on a break from all drugs so I can accomplish what I want to accomplish as far as my art goes. I got a big 50-foot sailboat. A lot of people know that. I'm kind of putting it aside right now so I could focus on art. You know, with global warming, where am I supposed to take that thing? You know, what am I supposed to do with it? It's kind of became endless. It's a beautiful boat, beautiful camp that goes with it, but I just feel like I can do more giving back to the world artistically right now. So, all right, fucking right. That's the center of everything right there. Any upcoming shows coming up? Things to look out for, events, closing remarks. Good interview, I'd say. Yeah, I've been doing 2 to 3 shows a weekend in New Orleans, so keep an eye out for that. If you ever want to pop out at one, you're from the Bay and you want to jump out there, I've just been riding the wave out there. Comment on the songs when I drop them. Try to interact as much as you can. Guide me, because we all have a part in what I'm doing, and anybody that supports, I really appreciate it, or has supported, I appreciate it even more. That's it. Just everybody stay lit and cherish every day. and I appreciate it.
This is that real shit, you feel it or you don't. I don't really care who's riding, cause we still dropping joints and shit. You can press play, ignore, share, whatever. I really don't give a gonna ride through the weather. Whether it be storms or rain or cloudy outside, or whether it's sunny day, we gon' be alright. I will find my tribe one day, that's for sure. See you at the next show. Until then, I don't know. Not stressing, yeah, cause every day's a blessing. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. There's the Reverend saying, this is that real shit, you feel it or you don't. I don't really care who's riding, cause we still dropping joints and shit. You can press play, ignore, share, whatever. I really don't give a gonna ride through the weather. Whether it be storms or rain or cloudy outside, or whether it's sunny day, we gon' be alright. I will find my tribe one day, that's for sure. See you at the next show. Until then, let's go.